All right, y'all, let's make some shrimp and grits. Welcome back to my channel. It's just Lex, and today we're going to be making shrimp and grits. We're going to start off by cooking our bacon in our skillet. We're going to make about 5 to 6 pieces of bacon. And then after that, we're going to make some shrimp in the same skillet. We're going to go ahead and get started. If you haven't already, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below. Let me know you're watching. Also, subscribe to my channel to stay tuned for more videos. Alright, y'all. So, I'm going to cook my bacon until crispy. You want to make sure your bacon is pretty crunchy, so I'm going to cook it a little longer than usual. And after I cook it, I'm going to remove the bacon from the pan. I'm going to keep all that grease in there and go ahead and throw my shrimp in there. That bacon grease is going to give that shrimp a whole lot of flavor. So while our bacon is cooking, we're going to go ahead and season our shrimp. I'm going to start out by using some Creole seasoning, and I just have my Tony's here. Just lightly sprinkle it. I'm also going to add some paprika for color. Then I'm going to add some garlic and herb seasoning. And all of these seasonings combined make a great flavor. Speaking of seasonings, my gourmet seasoning line will be available in April. I'm so excited about that. More details to come. Now I'm just going to mix the seasonings into the shrimp, and I'm simply just going to toss it around. Alright, y'all, now I'm just going to go ahead and flip over my bacon and just allow it to continue to cook. So I do want to mention that I have made my shrimp and grits with smoked sausage, and I just prefer the bacon, like doing it with the bacon, the grease, using the grease for the shrimp, and then putting the bacon crumbles on top of the shrimp and grits is everything. It adds the perfect crunch and the flavor, so can't go wrong with adding the bacon. But again, you make it how you want to make it in your kitchen. So as you can see, I'm just adding my minced garlic, and it's about a tablespoon of minced garlic right into the same skillet. So you're just gonna kind of work it around a little bit. Yeah. Now that garlic is cooking. Start scraping all that good bacon bits off the bottom. All right. Now me, just gonna take it and add them into the pan. You don't have to add any additional butter or anything. You're just gonna add your shrimp into the bacon grease. Now, I can go ahead and dump them, but I'm not, because I like mine to be a certain kind of way. I want to put it into an even layer so that it cooks evenly. I have one layer of shrimp. I'm going to allow it to cook for about 2 minutes, and then I'll go ahead and flip them over. Before I add my onions and peppers, which I just have a little bit of onions and peppers to add to my shrimp, it's kind of going to create a sauce. So before I add these, I'm going to go ahead and flip my shrimp over. Then I'll add them and let the shrimp cook for an additional 2 minutes. Go ahead and add our onions and peppers to the pan, and I just have like a handful. Just add that to the shrimp. Not only will these onions and peppers add flavor, it's also gonna add color. Now that my shrimp is done cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the shrimp from the pan. I'm gonna try to leave as many peppers and onions in the pan as I can. So just the shrimp. It smells so good. I'm gonna go ahead and start working on my sauce. I'm gonna lift all of the bacon bits and the shrimp pieces and everything, lift everything from up the bottom of the pan, and this is gonna create a really flavorful sauce. I'm just gonna let that cook down for a little bit longer. Now while that's cooking for another minute or so, I'm gonna go ahead and chop my bacon. I'm gonna take them off of the paper towel. So as you can see, the peppers and onions have kind of cooked down. It's smelling so good. We're just gonna make this into a light sauce, not a gravy. All right. Now to do that, we're gonna go ahead and add some heavy whipping cream. Just gonna go ahead and pour some in there. Just like that, about a 1/4 cup, and just mix it all around.
So when it starts to thicken up, we're gonna go ahead and add our seasonings. I'm going to add some paprika, and you know that's for color. I'm gonna add some chicken bouillon seasoning. It gives it a nice flavor. And a little bit more heavy whipping cream. And I'm gonna mix that all together. All right, and when that's combined, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more of the Creole seasoning. Mix it up, and I'm also gonna add a little bit of water, about 3 to 4 tablespoons of water, just to thin it out some. You don't want your sauce too thick.
Y'all, so I have created my sauce, and it is perfect. It's not too thick and it's not too thin. Very flavorful. All of the flavors combined. So I have my sauce here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove it from the heat. 6 cups of water, and I'm gonna bring that to a boil. After it's boiling, I'll go ahead and add my 1½ cup of grits and some salt.
Don't mind me, y'all. I have to organize my area as I go. Now I'm gonna salt my water.
The water is boiling. I'm gonna go ahead and add 1½ cups of grits, and I'm just gonna gradually stir it in. Now just bring it back to a boil. It's already boiling. Just stir it. Don't give it a chance to stick to the bottom. We're gonna cook them for about 20 to 30 minutes. Once you see that they have thickened, then we're gonna go ahead and add our cheese, butter, and heavy whipping cream.
Here you see that it is popping, it is thickened. So I'm gonna go ahead and add 1/2 stick of salted butter and mix it together. After that, I'm gonna go ahead and add my cheese. I'm adding 1/2 of it, so that's 1/2 cup. And then later I'll add the other 1/2. Now we're gonna add our heavy whipping cream. We're gonna add between 1/2 cup to a whole cup, depending on how creamy you want it to be. I end up adding the whole cup, and they were perfect. I also want to mention that I usually whisk my grits using a whisk, but I did not do so today, and they still turned out fine, but I do suggest using a whisk. After you continue stirring to make sure they don't stick to the bottom, you're going to let them sit for a minute and thicken up. Just like that, they will be nice and creamy. I'm going to go ahead and add my other 1/2 cup of shredded cheese.
Y'all, These are literally the best grits. They're not gonna be runny, too loose, and they're not gonna be too thick to where you have to eat them with the fork. These are perfect. Look at that. Very, very, very creamy. My grits are done. Always make sure that you continue to stir them so that they do not stick to the bottom. Not all of it, just some of it. You want everything to be nice and creamy and flavorful. So I literally just poured a little bit of the sauce on there, mixed around. Start out by adding the grits to a plate. I could just pour it on there, but all right, I'm gonna go ahead and add my shrimp. Just kind of pile it up in the middle. So what I did was I kind of put the shrimp in the middle, sprinkle some of my bacon bits. I'm just gonna sprinkle that all. Just like that. That's the finished product.
If you want me to make you some, leave me a comment below. If you think this looks amazing, let me know. I really need y'all to go off in my comments. The engagement really helps my channel and I appreciate all of your support.
I'm just gonna taste it for you. It's so good. It smells so good. So here we go. Our grits are nice and creamy. It's so hot. All right, here we go. This is so good. It belongs in somebody's restaurant. Everything just blends so well. You got the grits and the sauce and the bacon. Everything is just perfect.
If you made it to the end, go ahead and leave me a shrimp emoji in the comments. I'm trying to see some.